And let's talk about Miss Ariana Grande, who was being dragged by one of the mothers of one of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims. Now, Ariana Grande has been called sick by the mother of one of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims after the pop star said the serial killer was one of her dream dinner guests. Now, appearing on the Pop Crush podcast earlier this month, the We Can't Be Friends hitmaker, who's 31, recalled telling a group of kids during a Q&A that she was interested in sitting down with Dahmer, who famously killed and dismembered 17 men, homosexuals, between 1978 and 1991. Their surprising revelation shocked the loved ones of Tony Hughes, who was last seen in 1991. To me, first of all, Tony Hughes's episode of that monster Jeffrey Dahmer film with Evan Peters, I have to say that whole episode, that 1 hour episode that was dedicated to him, that really hit me hard in regards to that. So the parent of Tony Hughes coming out and saying this, I'm with you 110% on this. But let's get back into the thing. So to me, it seems like she's sick in her mind. It's not fancy or funny to say you would have wanted to do dinner with him. This is what Hughes' mother Shirley told TMZ. It's also not something you should say to young people, which she said she did. Tony, who was deaf and could not speak, was picked up by Dahmer at a Milwaukee gay bar. Dahmer took him home, drugged him, dismembered his body, and kept his skull, according to the Associated Press. Hughes told the outlet that she hopes the Thank You Next singer understands how insensitive her comments were and said it was disturbing that Grande laughed at the confession. Y'all surprised? This is the same bitch that licked the damn donut. So I don't know why y'all surprised by the stuff that Ariana Grande does. And I've always said her music has always been mid at best, but she got famous because she came out from the trenches of Nickelodeon and was able to parlay that into a big successful career. Now, elsewhere, Hughes' sister Barbara said that Grande's comments appeared to glamorize the killer who died in prison in 1994. And it's funny how, because I believe that they captured him, and then shortly after he was in prison, he died. I believe he was unalived by someone else. He didn't die by his natural causes. Anyway, so they said the duo urged the two-time Grammy winner to apologize. The Post has, she'll probably take 3 months to address this, like she did with the whole thing, with the whole Nickelodeon situation with Dan Schneider. So give her time. She's delayed in a lot of the things that she does, including that album, is delayed and late and tired and uninspired and boring and annoying. Be rhyming. I'm a poet and I know it. So the Post has reached out to Grande's rep for comment. Now, Grande made the eyebrow-raising revelation to hosts Penn Badgley, Sophie Ansari, and Nava Kavalin on the podcast June 17th episode, saying, I was infatuated with serial killers when I was younger. I was in between me being Cat on Sam and Cat and Pop Stuff, so it was like a younger group, and they were with parents. So someone said, if you could have dinner with anyone living or dead, who would it be? And that's what she said, the whole Jeffrey Dahmer situation, which I guess is cute in theory to say, because it's like she's probably got a twisted sense of humor, kind of similar to me. Not that I'm making excuses for her behavior, but I feel like, child, that's some tea that you should have kept to yourself and revealed on your own, instead of bringing that up in public. Because when you're a public figure and you start saying stuff like that, that's what people is going to say. I wanted to bring this up really quick, because I'm like, this is Tony Hughes. So I want to bring up a picture. I was trying to make it bigger, but apparently it's not allowing me to do that on here. But anyway, that's as big as it's going to get, so we're going to leave it there. So that's Tony Hughes, who, they did a whole, and I will say this, watching that episode of American Crime Story, I don't even think I finished it, because I couldn't really finish it, because it was just, it was a lot for me to get through in regards to that. And plus the stuff in regards of like the murders and those other stuff, like I really couldn't sit and stomach all that, which I think also, and one, it hit close to home because it was targeting the LGBTQ community. Well, the gay community. It's not LGBT, because he went after gay men of color, and he purposely put himself in a place where purposely put himself in an area where he knew people wouldn't give a damn about, gay people of color being murdered. So he intentionally went after people within the queer community of color because he knew the cops wouldn't give a damn. And I was glad that was highlighted in the film, the fact of how police do not take the murders of the gay community seriously, let alone queer people of color. So I love that they drove that, but I've always felt that one of the things I don't like about Ryan Murphy's stuff is how he likes to incorporate real life killers into situations of the story that he's telling, and it feels like it's glamorizing him. Now I've told y'all before that I'm somebody who loves watching a lot of true crime stuff. Like I love getting into that whole situation, like watching true crime documentaries and stories about serial killers and why they are motivated to do what they do, because I'm inquisitive in that way. But to me, if I'm a public figure, that is something I would not say out my mouth, especially in how sensitive a lot of people are, and in this day and age of like accountability and things like that. But I guess with Ariana, she's someone who's just like stupid rich and doesn't care what people think because she's got enough money, she's got enough success. People aren't really going to make a big deal out of this whole thing. And sis, you should know better because you got a whole homosexual for a damn brother. So, but I guess he's a white gay, so it's different when you're a gay person of color. But anyway, I say all this to say, what do you think of this story? Are you with Tony Hughes's family in regards of, them feeling the way they need to feel? I definitely feel like, you know what? People have a right to feel how they feel. Like, if you're going to say something that's stupid, then the family of the victims have a right to come and retaliate and feel the way they feel on how insensitive your comment was in regards to that. So anyway, regardless of how you feel in this whole situation, let me know in the comments down below.